Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Mert. Mert is from Istanbul in Turkey, but he lives in London. So, let's see what Mert has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh yeah, that's much better now. It's fine.
Okay, so hello Mert, how are you?
Hello? I'm okay, how are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
You're very welcome, thank you.
So tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from Turkey, but I've been living in the UK for the last 7 years.
Wow, and why the move from Turkey to the UK?
So cooking was my passion, and then after school, I had this funny idea of doing my last internship in France, and then I had the opportunity to stay in Paris or in London, and then I came to London and I really loved it, and it was also like a childhood dream to be in the UK and then just like living here for a longer time, and now it's a permanent thing.
Amazing. And where's about in Turkey you come from?
From Istanbul.
From Istanbul. Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
I never been actually. I never been. I had a few guests on the show from Istanbul,
Yeah.
but I never been there. And yes, absolutely. I think good. The thing, all my friends they've been there before, and yeah, I just heard good things about there. And all your family are back there?
Yeah, they're all in Istanbul. I just came after uni, and then I was visiting with my sister, but then even before that we were coming in the summers and spending some time, and then we took some pastry courses here with my sister, and then the dream was to open a bakery in Turkey together. And we actually did it, but then I always wanted to stay here, so I say I'm staying in London, good luck in Turkey, and then she just managed it without me, and then I stayed here.
I see. Yeah. So she's still running the business there?
Yeah, she is. She's taking orders and making cakes for different occasions, like birthday parties, wedding ceremonies and everything. I'm doing the same in London. So we're basically in 2 different countries doing the same thing.
I see. So tell me a little bit about your career and about your business.
Yeah. So basically I'm working as a food consultant. I'm giving ideas and telling businesses how they can improve their recipes, or checking the recipes if they're still good. Basically, how you go to McDonald's and every time you order a Big Mac, it's the same quality and the taste is the same. There are people checking the quality and everything. I'm one of them.
I see.
And then if I'm working with a bakery or a new business, like a new coffee shop or a nice cafe, we just go there and then check the recipes, or we help them with the new recipe and then go there in every 3 months or 6 months to see if it's the same.
I see. But so you kind of visit different kind of business, different
the ones I'm consulting. So it's not like I'm an investor and going to random places. So basically, if you wanted to open a bakery, I will be helping you, consulting you in a way that if you know how to bake, you don't need my help. But if you don't know how to bake, or if you know, but if you want to improve it and stuff, I will just give you my recipes. And then in 3 months, maybe I will come to your business again to see, oh yeah, the cakes are still the same quality, they taste the same and everything is good. And then on the side of it, I'm working as an operational manager for a bread company now. So I'm checking everything for them as well, managing them. And then I also take orders as well, if I have time, to make a birthday cake or a wedding cake.
Amazing, Mert. So I can see that you're very passionate about food, about cooking overall.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think I was more passionate in the past. And now I'm still passionate, but it's kind of tiring sometimes, just like every other business.
Absolutely. Yeah, but when you do something with love, something that is in you, I'm sure it's a different way of getting tired. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As long as you love what you're doing, you just want to do it all the time.
Absolutely. But sometimes you just need to kind of slow down a bit, or take a break, or breathe for a bit, because sometimes doing the same thing, you get tired. And sometimes you don't think straight as well, even though you love that. But sometimes you find yourself in a moment where you are just drained. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm traveling almost every month, just to be away from the whole thing, traveling, But even when I travel, it's like, as you mentioned, like if it's something you love doing, even when I go to a restaurant, I just want to talk to the chef and say like, oh, this is good. Oh, this could be changed. Oh, this could be improved and stuff. It always goes wherever I go.
It's in you. It's in your veins. It's impossible to avoid.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Always stays the same.
Mert, am I saying your name right? It's Mert?
Yes, it is Mert. Yeah.
Perfect. So before we start our journey, William, the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself. Something that I would criticize about myself, or like something that I'm proud of myself, or
something that not many people know about you, or something that you think is very interesting that people always say about you.
Probably I'm really sensitive. Not everyone knows it, but the ones who know me, like, to give an example, like last week I was in King's Cross station with my boyfriend, and then we just saw this kid's toy. And then there was no one around it and stuff. So in Turkey, if you just see a toy from a kid, without the kid being there, that means that there was a kid who died. And then there's just have a memory of the kid. And then suddenly I started crying. And then everyone was looking at me like, oh, are you okay and stuff? Not many people know it, but like my close circle and like my boyfriend know it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I hate it. Like I'm too sensitive. But yeah. Maybe a bit emotional and sensitive, yeah. Not many people know it, but I guess now everyone knows it.
I think it's in the end of the day, it's a quality as well. You know what I mean? Like being sensitive, and you feel about the other pain or about what's happening around you. If you feel that, it's a gift in a way, I believe. Yeah. Cool, very cool. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Right, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yes, I am.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Full of random fun questions.
Okay.
I'm just going to play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Okay, Mert, before we start the game, during the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? I'll be friend.
Perfect.
First question for you is, describe yourself in one positive word and one negative word only.
One positive, one negative.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say ambitious. And then the negative one would be sensitive, I think.
I see.
Yeah.
And about the two words, you always being very sensitive and also be ambitious as well. You always have this way of being ambitious.
Yeah, like since I was a kid, like I've always like dedicated myself to something, and then I was always doing it. And then like even to live in the UK, that was my dream when I was a kid. I always like followed my opportunities, and that the path took me here. I was always like ambitious about it and did it. That's something I'm proud of. And then being sensitive, I used to be sensitive, but during the lockdown, I had a long and difficult year, just like so many other people. I guess like kind of like overthinking about the difficulties and everything made me more and more sensitive.
I see. Yeah, I think the lockdown, like the 2 years, we were literally not locked.
Yeah.
And all of us, you know, we were in a place where we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know what will happen in the future. And of course, being sensitive, you felt that in a double way. You know what I mean?
That's basically what we've never sent, like that no one has ever experienced. So I didn't know how to handle it. And then being in a different country, as in I have so many friends and everything, but it's not the same as being supported by your friends and family back home. So it was kind of difficult. And then the fact that like I had some cultural differences with people here maybe, and then all the sensitive thoughts and everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, we are in a better place now, I think.
Yeah, much better. Feeling much better now.
Next question, let's do it. Okay, Mert from Turkey. Next question for you is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
Yes. I would say when I was younger, I was always like talking about and also thinking about being really successful, putting my job first and everything. But now I just noticed that, especially after the lockdown, focusing too much on your career and everything makes you really tired and then gives you overthinking. So now I put happiness first. If it comes from my job, yes, that's fine. But if my job makes me tired, makes me upset, makes me overthink, I just say like, you come first. And then if I enjoy like chilling home, doing nothing, I just follow my happiness and then just do it. So I guess my priority is always being happy and trying to make myself happy before my job or like anyone else or anything else.
Absolutely. I think if you're not happy with yourself, you cannot do,
Yeah.
You cannot perform in a good job. You cannot be good, like in a way with your friends or boyfriends, because you're not in a good place.
Yeah. Even if you're a millionaire and then really successful at your job, if you're not happy with what you're doing, there's no point.
What's the point? Absolutely. I think we need to have the balance as well, isn't it? I think that's very important. And again, the priorities, this come with age, with time as well.
Definitely, yeah. Everything happens.
We realize that.
Yeah.
Next one, let's do it. Before the next question, tell me, when you started your passion about food, about baking, about being in the food industry, since a young age?
Yeah, my mom used to, I mean, like she was always working, but like I remember one day she went to work, I think I was 9 years old, and my grandma was looking after me. And then she said, oh, we have rice and some like, I'm not really sure. I think that was a chicken dish, maybe nuggets or something similar. And then I said, oh, grandma, I always eat the same thing. I want to eat something different. And then I just opened the fridge, found eggs, onions, and then some other stuff. And I tried to make an omelette by myself. And then she said, oh, it actually looks okay for a 9-year-old. I mean, it needed some seasoning and stuff. But then every time, like next time, it became me trying to make the rice or the chicken nuggets. Like I was helping my grandma to cook and everything. And then I just said like, yeah, I should be in food industry, because I just noticed that I was really happy. And my mom always supported me. She said like, I've never seen you happy. You look so happy when you cook and talk about food. And
amazing.
Yeah, at the age of 9.
Wow, amazing. And I think as well, with the support of your family, you felt even more into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my father wasn't really supportive, to be honest. As in like, I guess he was really old-minded when it comes to it. He was like, yeah, like women should cook, men shouldn't cook. As in he was saying like, you can cook, but not as a professional chef. But it's just a misconception like everyone has. All the successful chefs are, like most of them are men, but like people just don't seem to get it.
I see. And you said your sister as well. She's in the same business. She's older or younger than you?
She's 12 years older than me. So I'm 28 and she is 40 years old now.
I see. So she, you kind of, she was already in the food industry when you started cooking or not?
Actually, no, that was me. I got the passion when I was 9. So she was 21. And then when I was studying at high school, I was like 15 years old. So she will be like 27 and she got married that year. And then we came to London. So we were just like going to, you know how people go to different pubs and try different beers, like craft beers and everything. We were basically going to different pastries and pastry shops, trying different cakes and everything. And then we saw this nice bakery in Victoria. I'm sure everyone knows it, Peggy Portion. They're like really nice flowers. It's a pink bakery. They also a pastry shop. And then we just decided to take courses together.
Oh.
Yeah, so like she didn't have any passion until she was 30 years old.
Amazing. And now she likes the same way as you, is her passion?
Yeah, she quit her job. She's managing a bakery, bakes cakes and everything.
Very good. Next question for you is, tell us something that you have done that you feel very proud of yourself. Oh yeah, I used to be, as like cooking was my biggest passion. I used to be, I don't want to say that's a bad thing, but I used to be overweight, like super. I was a chubby kid and people were always making fun of me and stuff. With no help on my own, I think I lost like 32 kilos. And yeah, I lost so much. And then
I had like some job offers and stuff as a model, and I did some modeling in London. So from being a kid where other kids were making fun to being a model, I think I'm proud of myself. Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow, wow. Actually, I was checking your profile a little bit and I could see some pictures of you.
Yeah,
Amazing.
In London.
That's great. You know what I mean? When you were like child, as you say, you were a bit chubby. And after that, when you kind of got older, you kind of used your, you know, your weakness as something that you liked it, like your body and your image. I think it's amazing.
I was still happy as a fat kid,
Mm-hmm.
but like, you know how people have like standards and like I wasn't happy with the situation. So I wanted to change for my health and mental health and also like physical health, not because of other people wanting me to be skinny or yeah.
Very good. Good one. Next question. Let's do it. All right. Next question is, define yourself in a season of the year.
Summer.
Tell me why.
Because all the successes I had, they were always like late spring, early summer. So basically, I decided to move to the UK in July, like 8 years ago. And then my niece's birthday is in June, same as my mom's, same as my sister's. Everything I loved is in June, July. And then summer makes me happy. I love colorful clothes and I love the sun. I hate the rain and then the snow. I think my mood changes depending on the season too. Obviously, like sometimes when it snows, it looks beautiful and stuff. It's basically like how we feel as a person. Sometimes we feel moody and dark. Sometimes we feel like really colorful, energetic, and happy. But if I had to define myself, that would be summer.
And your birthday is around summer as well?
Actually, not. It's October. That was last month. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody, I heard once, or somebody told me that you feel very connected with the season when you were born, yeah? And actually for me, it works really well because I love the autumn, yeah? The season we are right now. And my birthday actually is next week, it's in November. So for me, it works well. I love the autumn. Of course, I also love the summer, you know, the winter. I think every season, there is a beauty behind. Yeah. But of course, as you said, there's always, we kind of have this tendency of
reasons. Yeah, like you have some events coming up or like occasions. But actually my birthday is October the 14th, so it's never too cold in October, like it's the middle October.
Yeah.
So it's still okay.
Anyways, when I'm originally from Brazil and you know, when I was born, like November in Brazil, it was hot anyway. So for me, like it was hot anyway. But yes, I understand. I think summer, I think people, they are happier. I think people, there is something about summer that people like. I think even more here in Europe, because people, they appreciate the sun. You know what I mean? I think
more holidays.
Yeah, as you said about colorful. Yeah, people, they are around, they're in the parks, you know, children, they love it. I think that's it's something special about summer. I understand.
Yeah, like in the winter, there's not much to do, as in it gets darker at like 4 p.m. and then you don't want to do that much. You feel tired, you just want to be home. It's cold outside and stuff. But in the summer, you always want to go out. You never want to be home. You just want to socialize, go to the park, go to the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something special. I think people, you know, they, as school holidays as well, you know, the school holidays are always in summer where people, the children, everyone is just out. Yeah, it's special.
Yeah.
Ready for another one?
Yes, I am ready.
Let's do it, Mert. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, if I would ask your best friends right now to describe yourself in a positive way and a negative way, what your best friends would say?
I have two best friends. So I think both of them would give the same answer when it comes to the positive thing, and then they will disagree on the negative thing. So I think as the positive thing, they would say I'm ambitious and like dedicated, and I'm a hardworking person. I think they would say it. And then the negative thing, one of them would say I'm too sensitive because that friend of mine never cries, never gets upset. Like even if he's upset, he never talks about it. I think men should speak up, but some men, they just want to be tough and they don't want to talk about feelings and stuff. But he would say like, oh, you're too sensitive, you shouldn't be too sensitive like this and stuff. And the other one would say, I'm too stubborn. Sometimes I'm like, if I want one thing to be done like my way, I might be a bit stubborn depending on the occasion. I know it myself too, so like I don't disagree with it. Just like we have good stuff, we have like bad habits too. I think I might be a bit stubborn sometimes, and he would say it.
And your best friends, they live in Turkey or they live in London?
No, one of them lives in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. The other one lives in Paris.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But they are Turkish or they are English?
French and Dutch. Yeah, not Turkish.
Don't tell me that the French one lives in Amsterdam, the Dutch one lives in Paris.
No.
I'll be like, wow, that's a big coincidence. Next question, let's do it. Right, before the next question, tell me what's the best part of living in Istanbul? What do you like the most about the city? Tell me how was growing up in Istanbul.
Istanbul is an amazing city. I'm not saying it's a cliche. I feel like people would always say the city is good because it's their hometown and stuff. But being connected to Europe and Asia, being, as everyone might know, like Bosphorus divides kind of links two continents together. So like I remember going to school, you just take the ferry and in 20 minutes you're in a different continent. So like that was an amazing thing. Every time I felt like in a bad mood or like upset or whatever, I was just taking the ferry, watching the sea, the waves it always made me so happy. And then if you want to enjoy the nightlife, I was just going to the European side because it's more like where the tourists, everyone goes. And then if I was in the mood of like some parks, some like traditional food, I was staying in the Asian side, which was also amazing. I feel like multicultural, and then also like amazing food and everything being in Istanbul centrally because it's close to Greece also. Yeah.
See. And how was growing up as a gay boy? Did you have the support of your family?
Actually, I came out to my mom when I was 26. That was pretty late. So like I never had this conversation with them because I never felt like I wasn't embarrassed or anything. No one should be embarrassed about their sexuality or anything. But I just never felt like I always wanted to meet someone that I love, to go like, oh yeah, mom, dad, I love this person, rather than being, I don't love girls, I love boys. I just didn't want it to be any different than loving a girl. So like sometimes I don't get the point of saying, oh yeah, I'm just gay, without like, when they say, they kind of get scared and stuff. So like I always wanted to be like, oh yeah, I'm in love with this person, I just wanted to come out to you that way and stuff. I still didn't come out to my dad because it's kind of old-minded when it comes to other things. So like the experience I had about him when I was talking about me being a chef in the future, but my mom was like, I think she was a bit surprised as older moms.
Yeah,
but it didn't make it a big deal. No.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question is, which talent do you wish you had?
I can sing a bit, but I always wished I was an amazing singer.
Wow. So you like singing?
I love singing, but not sure if all the neighbors love me singing. So like, that's the talent I wish I had.
I think you're being modest. I think you can sing, I think.
Oh, no, I can't. Only when I go to karaoke bars and stuff, yes.
And saying that, who is your favorite singer or artist in the music industry?
I still love Dua Lipa. She's an icon. She's really amazing. But there's a singer called Mimi Webb. She's 23 years old. Not many people know her, but she's getting really big, and I love her songs so much. And also, when I had this difficult year with the lockdown and like emotional damage and everything, I was listening to her songs, and all the lyrics are kind of like related to me and my ex and everything. So I would say Mimi Webb is my iconic singer now. I'm a big fan.
Where she's from?
Cambridge. She's British.
Ah, she's British. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question. Right, next question is tough question now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Say again?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. If your plane was going down, yeah, and you could call just one person to say goodbye, who that would be and why?
That will be my partner, Darren. I love him so much. He's my soulmate. Even if we're in like bad moments or anything like that, I never disrespect him or like I wouldn't do anything to upset him and stuff. That was if I had to choose one person, I think before my family, that would be him.
Yeah. And you met in London?
Yes, we actually met on Tinder. Amazing.
Very good. And saying that, what's the biggest similarity between both of you and what's the biggest difference?
We both love our own space and we both love socializing. But then when it comes to being home, basically with some people, you're okay with socializing with them, even with your boyfriends and stuff. But sometimes you can't feel like you're having your own space next to that person. But when we're together, if he wants his own space, we can basically like hold hands and then he can do his stuff, I can do my stuff. So we're really similar when it comes to it. We can be together, but also have our own space. And the difference would be, I'm an extrovert and he's an introvert. So sometimes I would be like, yeah, let's not stay home. Let's go for a coffee. Let's do this. Let's do that. And he will be like, oh, I feel really tired. Let's just stay in. But I think when you love someone, you just work it out. Sometimes we go out when he doesn't want to. And then sometimes I stay in, even when I don't want to. Because as long as you're together, you can just like work it out.
Absolutely. I think relationships, that's what about relationship is for you to adjust yourself to the person who you love. It's about doing things that, you know, maybe you're not feeling like or you feel like. And it's just about communication and about as well, you know, some days you can be more on his side and the other day he can be more of your side. They can kind of do things that you like. So that's what about relationship, the beauty.
Yeah, the beauty of it.
Next question, let's do it. Okay, next question is, what made you laugh last time? Something funny.
Something funny. I'm a usually laughing person about like everything. And then I have a funny laugh if I'm laughing really deep and stuff. It's something that made me laugh.
Please, I want to hear it.
No, like my voice kind of goes really deep and stuff. But what made me laugh so much would be, let me just think. Do I have time to think?
Of course, take your time.
Right.
Something that happened to you, something funny, something you saw it.
Oh yeah, in my living room, I have like really big windows and everything. So like that was my dream in this flat. They're massive windows. I always hated like tiny windows and stuff. And we were on the 4th floor, so I never thought like anyone could be seeing what's inside and stuff. So one day I just took a shower and then I was just like walking in the living room, playing Alexa and singing with my beautiful voice. Not beautiful, but I was just singing. There was no one in the flat and everything, just me and my boyfriend. And then I just saw someone with a kid looking at me. And then my boyfriend was like, oh my God, they can see. I'm like, no, there's no way they can see. And at the moment that I was just like turning around, I saw the lady like giving me the shame on your eye because she was with her son. Daughter, I couldn't see the baby that much. And then yeah, and then I was ashamed, but I was laughing so much, like it was so funny.
You're just having the time of your life.
Yes. Being watched by a lady outside.
If you carry on for another like 20-30 minutes, will be an audience outside just looking at you. And that you'd believe, okay, they can see me for sure.
Next time I'll try to look better. I know people can see what's in there.
3 questions left for you, Mert. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me what do you like the most of being a food consultant? What's the best part of it? And also, there is always a challenging part. What that would be?
Okay, the thing that I'm really attracted to my job, like as a food consultant, is when you tell people about your ideas and everything, you just see how they appreciate you, and then like really like your feedback and everything. You just feel like, oh wow, like I did it myself with no help. Obviously I took some education and courses and everything, but I'm always like, yeah, well, I did it. And then people really like my recipes. I did them myself and everything. That makes me proud of who I am as a food consultant. And then something that annoys me would be sometimes they need my help, and then I go there and try to talk to them and stuff. They get all the information and stuff, and then they will be like, oh yeah, it's just a basic chocolate cake. Like they will be hearing about everything, and then they will pretend that they already knew it and stuff. That's kind of annoying. Like, I'm not saying I know everything or they don't know anything, but if you need someone who is a professional chef, doctor, whoever, you just want that person to appreciate you. Like, even if they don't appreciate, you can respectfully say, oh, thank you, and then continue with your recipe or your technique. It's like someone going to the doctor and saying, oh, you know nothing, I know it better than you do. I think we should respect whoever the person is at any job.
Totally agree with you. I think, if you don't like it, or if it's not your thing, just be respectful. Just respect, Don't say anything. You know what I mean? If you think that you're gonna, upset someone regarding that, like offending someone, just don't say anything. Keep to yourself.
It's like on social media, like it's nothing related to me, like it's for everyone. I just want to say it now. So like people see something they don't like they see a gay couple on holiday, they just put like hatred comments and everything. Just keep it to yourself. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it or like say, wow, you guys are looking cute and stuff. If you love it, you're more than free to say it. And then the thing I don't understand, they say, oh, when I like it, I can say it, but when I don't like it, I can't say it. I mean, you can say it to yourself, but you don't have to post your hate comments or whatever.
Absolutely. Don't need to spread your anger or your, But at the end of the day, Mert, what I think is those people who make those comments, do you know what? I think they are, in the end of the day, they are a big, they like you. You know what I mean? Somehow it's like a admiration.
They just want to be the person.
Yeah, it's a
they want to be like you, but they can't be like you because of the place they are or like where they're located, their social status or whatever. Yeah.
There are two different kinds of people that admire us. Some of them, they're going to admire you and they're going to share the admiration. They're going to tell, my God, I'm so happy because you're like that or you are doing this or that. The other one, they admire you, but they react the opposite way. You know what I mean? They come to
they don't want to admit the fact that they like your work or personality, whatever. They're jealous, that's why.
So both of them, in the end of the day, they admire you. And we need those people, both of them as well, because that's how we grow, that's how we learn, that's how we understand people as well, for sure.
Of course, yeah.
Right, this question is good for you. What do you like to cook the most?
I love making birthday cakes. They make me happy because I'm obsessed with birthday parties. They don't have to be my birthday. I think birthdays are the most important days. Like, I always disagree with this with my boyfriend because it was his birthday like 2 weeks ago. Actually, like 10 days ago, yeah. And then he said like, oh, he didn't want to do anything and stuff. But I think birthdays are the days that we are born, and then those days never happen. We wouldn't we wouldn't know them and stuff. So I think they're really important. So every time I make a birthday cake for someone, I feel really happy. I just feel like, oh wow, I can't wait this one. And every time I make one, I'm like, I want this one to be better than the other one. This one to be better than the other one. I feel more passionate and happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to Portugal next week to celebrate my birthday. I wish I knew you before, so we could make it up something.
I could make the cake and send it to Portugal. While you're based in London, you're always more than welcome to ask for one cake and I'll send it to you.
Oh, sweet. You see, it's recording. People can see now. Two
questions. If they also want to order cakes and stuff, they can reach out.
I see. Very good, very good. I'll keep in mind that one day to come to, when you do like a birthday celebration, something, if you invite me, I'll come for sure to taste your cake. For sure. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me if you could choose just one food to eat for the rest of your life, which food that would be?
It would be pasta. I can die for pasta. I can literally have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Wow.
I'm not talking about like basic pasta. I'm like more into like really saucy pastas or cheesy pastas, like truffle oil, raviolis, everything. Pasta. Yeah.
Good one. I love carbonara. One of my favorites.
I'm obsessed with carbonara. Yeah.
Oh, it's just the favorite one.
I love pasta, but I don't like the doughy pastas. I like more sauce or like more fillings, more toppings than actual dough.
I see.
But yeah,
okay.
Pasta.
And there is any kind of food that you don't like eat at all?
I used to hate okras, but now I love them. I think there's only one thing I don't like, which is I'm okay with oysters, but I need to be in the mood. Sometimes I feel really disgusted by it. But if someone bought some or like ordered some, I would try it. But if not, I just never feel attracted to it.
My best friend, he's French and he lives in Canada, and he loves oysters. He loves it. And he came to visit his family 2 months ago in France, and I went to visit him, and I had one. But he had like full plate. He was eating full plate. I was like, okay, let me try one. And I just had it. I said, okay, that's fine. I just tried. But I had before as well with him, of course. But,
you like it?
It's okay. I just had one and I said enough, but in the past I had like more than one. Like I could eat 2 or 3, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't choose that. If I would go for a meal somewhere, I wouldn't choose. But I can try. But not like as I did. But it's not like something that I'll go like, wow, I want to have, Next question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
Oh, that's a good one. When I had the opportunity to stay in Paris, that work permit to stay in France got rejected. And then London was my better option. I mean, that was the second option. But also, when I was a kid, I wanted to be in the UK. But I just chose Paris, as I thought like gastronomy is much better. Everyone knows French cuisine is much better than British cuisine. No offense. No offense, guys. But yeah, I think that being rejected made me a more successful person, because like I can speak French too, but obviously I learned it after. So I guess like speaking English and then knowing more people in the UK made me more successful. So thank God I didn't get the visa in France, but I got the one in London.
Wow.
And then I have a boyfriend in the UK too, so.
Very good, very good. Those things meant to happen. I'm sure at the time you felt a bit sad, but after now you are grateful for that.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, so.
Totally.
Yeah.
Ready for the last one?
Yes, I am.
Last question, let's do it. But before the last question, Mert, people watch the interview right now. Would you like to start a career in the food industry, yeah? Like as a chef or as a business like you do, or a food consultant? What would be your best piece of advice?
I love cooking, but I just lost my passion to work as a chef, as in I love doing my cake business or giving consultancy, but I just want to have my personal time and everything. So I decided not to work as a professional chef in a restaurant anymore, because it's really tiring and you have to be there until like 11 p.m., sometimes midnight, sometimes 1 a.m. in the morning. You don't have a personal life or space. So I just chose not to work as a chef. And yeah, I think my future is based on like food consultancy, maybe like having a channel about how to cook better, teach people how to bake better, and then also share my own recipes. It will be based on social media plus what I'm doing now. Yeah.
I see. And people watching the interview, if they want to become a food consultant, what would you suggest to them? Like, would they prepare something, or what would you say?
they need to decide if they want to work as a food consultant or if they want to be working as a chef. Because sometimes, like I do it too, sometimes I go to a place to teach them how to make it and stuff, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could work here as a chef. So sometimes I miss the time I'm working as a chef. But then at the end of the day, when I check all the values I want to have and stuff, I'm like, I'm happier on the education side. So if they're really sure about like themselves, as in if they see themselves as a chef, they shouldn't attempt to be a food consultant because they will always miss cooking or baking. But if they're 100% sure that they want to be a food consultant, they need to learn everything about calories, nutrition, and everything. Basically, if you don't know the science behind it, it's not only about cooking, you need to know about finances, how much it costs, how to store it. Do you need to keep it in the fridge? Do you need to keep it at room temperature and everything? So you need to know everything about the food, not just how to make it, but also how to store it, how to keep it for longer and stuff.
I see. And again, as you said, sometimes when you go to restaurants and you feel like, oh my God, I wish I could cook it here. You always can do anyway, because when you are a chef, like when you have this passion, you can cook anytime and you can just adventure yourself. Well, yeah.
So I just chose it to be as a hobby on the side and also
Absolutely. Last question for you is, what is one thing you can't live without?
Is it a cliche if I say my phone?
No, of course not.
I think social media and my phone.
Wow.
I'm not addicted to my phone, but don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm checking my phone for 10 hours or stuff. But everything I do, like getting orders or like food consultancy, as my family, I have a niece, she is 6 years old. So every time I miss her, I'm like video calling her, talking to her and stuff. Basically, most of the stuff that make me happy is happening through the phone. So I need, my phone.
All right. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
Let's start.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Let's start with money.
So do I need to say one word or what
Yeah.
comes? Money, success,
Family.
marriage,
One word for love.
togetherness,
Life.
happiness,
Sex.
pleasure,
Politics.
strategy,
Religion.
unknown,
Fear.
therapy. I want to say therapy.
Okay. One word for friendship.
Friendship, support,
Desire.
desire. Again, happiness,
Regret.
acceptance,
Success.
dedication,
Wish.
guess pleasure,
Happiness.
happiness, family,
One word for Istanbul.
Istanbul, mist,
One word for Turkey.
home,
How about London?
future,
And the last one now, food consultant. One word.
career.
Wow. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely boyfriend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, tell me the most beautiful thing about Mert, and tell me something that you still need to work on, to improve on. What your boyfriend would say?
He would probably say I'm kind, because he says it to me all the time. He's always telling me like I put other people first. I always like think about them, like doing some little things to make them happy. That's why he appreciates me as a person. before he appreciates me as his partner. And then the negative thing would be sometimes I might be overthink about some stuff, as in like if I feel upset with something, it will lead to something else. And then even if he doesn't do anything, I mean, I wouldn't blame him or anything, but I would be in a mood that I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. So he would probably not complain, but not be so happy about me being a bit grumpy sometimes.
That's the thing about overthinking. You spend a lot of energy, time to get drained.
And then the less you want to think about something, the more you think. So
absolutely. I exactly know what you mean, because I'm an overthinker as well.
Yeah. Sometimes the question is, are you an overthinker or are you thinking over something? As in, you always go back in a circle.
Yeah. Right. Let's play now, Mert, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. I found so sweet when you sent me a message. You said, okay, William, but I don't have a question for you, though.
I think I have a question for you now.
Okay, you can ask me a question.
Okay, so basically, you know, like we in the audience, there are gay people as well, just like me. I just want to ask, like, there are so many people fighting for gay rights and everything, but they're really effective and stuff, but there are so many of us still getting hurt, still getting killed. Their voices can't be heard by other people because they don't respect us and stuff. But if you were the prime minister, your voice will be heard. So what would you do to change other people's mentality and gay people to get more respect and more rights?
Love the question. Right, I'm the prime minister now. I became the prime minister,
yes.
at least for a day.
Or let's say you're the president of the USA. Let's go bigger.
Okay, I love that. Okay, my power got bigger and bigger now.
Yes.
Okay, what I would find a way, Mert, to let people understand, or I don't know, invest in education or in some projects where people could be more educated about being different. But when I say different, could be anything about LGBTQ or anything. Find a way to educate since early age the children, for them, you know, because they don't understand that everything comes from their parents or the adults around them, you know what I mean? So if I would have the power maybe to implement some kind of like a school subject, you know what I mean? Something that could very early age, just for them to be more understanding and, you know, implement some kind of projects or at school that could explain that in a very deep way. Like, for example, we have math or we have, you know, different school subjects, but those one could be as well something very frequent, like every single week, have something for the children to understand more that. I think the world, when they grow up, they would see that difference actually, they
in a normal way. They would accept the differences more respectfully.
They would even not accept it, because for them it would be something, everything would be equal. They wouldn't see any difference or anything. So they wouldn't even think about accepting, because for them would be normal, would be some like being straight or being, you know, or being together with like men or women that when they're together. And also if they would see like two men or two women together, they would say, okay, it would be normal for them.
They would be like, what's different? They would just be like, oh yeah, it's a normal thing. Yeah. Because it's a learned, I guess I personally think it's a learned behavior. You just learn it from your culture or your elderly people or your family.
Absolutely. And not just that, I would also, as I became like more power of the president of the USA, I have even more power. So yes. I would implement that in schools, but also I would also invest in some kind of projects to help us, like adults, to understand more, to educate more about anything, like, you know what I mean? Educate them, like, I don't know, have a channel on TV, like educating people about, I don't know if there is this, maybe there are already those kind of channels, but I don't know, to educate people overall, for us to understand that if there is something different that you never saw before, if there is something that intimidates you for some reason, if something happened in front of you, like us, we have things, sometimes we see things that you go like, oh my God, I never seen that before. You know what I mean? Even us being gay, or we also, sometimes we see things in London, like big cities, that we go like, oh my God, that's different. But It's okay. If you see it's different, you respect. You don't need to accept or understand. But if you respect, it's already a big thing, because that's not going to create any anger, not create any, any fight or anything against those people.
Or anything, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would, if I had this power, I would invest a lot, you know what I mean, that education at a very young age for children to be more understanding about growing up, the difference, not just gays or LGBTQ community, but also about races, about anything. That's for them would be more understanding, and also for the adults as well. I would invest in a lot of programs that could educate people to be more open-minded, to understand more things, to be more approachable. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not easy, but I think if we would start as a very young age for the children, it would make a big difference in the future, because the children, they would be more educated about it. And for them, they would see those things as an equal thing. That something would be normal. That's no many differences at all. So I think that would be my investment. That's what I will try to invest more. And I think that's all about education, about not just educating, but literally find a way to help people to be more open-minded. You know, imagine those children growing up knowing that, you know what I mean, being gay or being lesbian or being trans or anything.
Yeah.
They understand. They would look at them and say, okay, it's normal. They wouldn't have this barrier. Do you know what I mean? I'm different. I'm not gay or I'm straight. You know, even for the gay community as well. To
because
be more
our sexuality or like race or where we come from, our skin color, it's the 21st century. I think people should just accept the fact that they don't make us any better or any worse than the others.
Absolutely.
So basically, if you're gay, lesbian, trans, or like anything in between, just like don't even make it a big deal. It's not a deal. It's just like we're all different.
Yeah.
We live in the same world, so.
Absolutely. It's like it's the same like if the sun would choose to rise just for different people. Yeah, like okay, imagine if the sun would start and go like, okay, and now I'm just gonna give my sunlight for certain people or certain country, or no, it doesn't work like that. It just comes for everyone. The sun is there shining to everyone. So I think if we would have this mindset of this way of understanding, I think the world would be in a better place for sure.
I just want to give one more example. Like, you don't go to someone who lives in Australia or New Zealand and say, no, July is a month in the summer, because it's a winter month for them.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that like it is summer for you, it is winter for them, but you don't fight or argue for it. So why do you argue if someone loves a man or a woman just because it's different to what you like or what you do?
I think differences, it's beautiful. It's beautiful being different. It's beautiful to have friends in like when they are different, or I mean, at the end of the day, we are all different, and it's a beauty behind. Imagine if everyone would be the same, it would be boring.
So monotone and boring, yeah.
Absolutely. So it's good to be different. It's good to be weirdo. It's good to be gay. It's good to be straight. It's good to be. It's good to be anything. So it's just beauty. There's a beauty behind of everything. That's. I think. I just thought about something now. I think everyone should understand or try to see the beauty behind anything. Gay, straight, lesbian, trans, any race, there's always a beauty behind, and everything's so beautiful behind. So instead of people have this way of like, maybe being attacking, or, maybe they could see if they see the beauty. If they would see the beauty behind it, like, oh my God, how beautiful it is to be gay, how beautiful it is to be straight, how beautiful it is to be anything. So I think that would be a good way. So yeah, I would invest that a lot. I would put a lot of my power there to get people to be more educated regarding that, for sure.
Okay, guys, please make sure to vote for this guy in the next election.
Yes, I'm gonna come to Weekend Magic Box. That's the big president.
Definitely.
Did you have a good time, Mert?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for being kind and sweet.
Thank you for inviting.
I'll tell you something now. I could feel your energy just through your message. I could see this, you have this approachable way of, as you said, of being very extrovert. I could feel just through your message. I said, okay, he's going to be someone very interesting and funny to be in the Magic Box. Thanks so much. Thanks for being kind and sweet. thanks so much for being kind and sweet and to accept my invitation as well. Appreciate.
Thank you.
But before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
I think the thing that we all talked about, like just respect other people and respect other people's time. If you want your time to be respected, always like understand other people, and then just don't be selfish. I had so many people in my life who were selfish. That's why I was on therapy, still am. Guess, yeah, we should all respect each other and not be selfish.
Yeah, let's always be respectful and also put ourselves in their shoes, because we don't know what they're going through. And it's a good, let's respect everything. I think that's one of the basic things. Yeah.
As we all discussed earlier, like you don't know what they're having in their lives and stuff. So before knowing, there's no need to judge. If you feel like something is different to you, if you don't agree or if you don't accept it, just don't say anything. Just like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Accept it. You know, if you don't accept it, just respect. That's the way. Absolutely.
Respect is the word. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mert, it was a pleasure. Thanks so much for the interview. Regards to your boyfriend, and you keep in touch, okay? Thanks so much.
Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.